Hello and welcome back to Deep Glen. Time for another update. I thought there's been some developments, so I thought I'd just keep you all up to date. Right, where are we up to from last time? Okay, so first things first, signalling. As far as I know, everything on the main line is now complete. So, got ground signal, feather, ground signal with a feather. Oh no, normal signal with a feather. Signal there, one there. We're coming over here, that little baby ground signal there. And then you've got your stop goes on the end of there, and then there's that one over there with the feather. And then your 3 stops there. So, signalling is all in. The electric wise, I haven't even started yet. I've been trying to get the scenics finished best I can. So, if you're wondering why there's quite large gaps in the fencing, we had an incident the other day where, well, I'll take you over here and show you. That happened. And that's what happens when you leave a 1-year-old for 30 seconds that starts picking things up and going, smash, smash. And also, when I did the ballasting on this section, which incidentally is now complete, the whole of this is now complete, with the exception of problem here. Yeah, basically what happened is when I put the PVA down, the PVA water mix, it got through the cork and lifted the cork off the baseboard underneath, broke the glue. So it swelled and created a bubble, which lifted the track up and everything on it. But to the naked eye, it just looked fine. But then as the cork dried, it shrunk back down again, and the ballast went down with it and left the track floating in midair because it had bent it. You know, the fish plates set there. So this section of track was literally just floating in midair, about 3mm off the base, which meant that everything that went over it derailed. So yeah, epic. But let me just get to my feet. Quickly take you over here. Right, scenic wise, we have ground cover on everything now. So we're ready for the detail. Well, paint first, then detail. So basically, we're going to get static grass over the top of this now. Obviously, the tracks are going to get weathered, heavily weathered, all of them. But you can kind of get the drift now on how it used to run and how everything worked. So you can sort of see the line would have come across this one here and into here, and that one would have come along on here, and it's obviously all been redone. We've been through this, blah, 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 blah. Substation, gravel's now down on that area. Gravel's down on there, ballasting's down there, all ballasting's down all the way across. Now, we had another one of those situations I've just described over here. I, for some reason, missed the PVA out here, so when I was cleaning the line down with the hoover, it just sucked all the ballast up from this section here because I hadn't PVA'd it. And then I noticed that same problem. It's come up. So I've cleaned all the ballast out of that one. I'm going to screw that down and then that'll get reballasted. Just a couple of touch-up jobs, really. Other than that, everything went reasonably smoothly. I mean, ballasting down the whole line now, all the scenic, you know, the green base colour is all done all the way across, and in the big section in the middle, there's a bit of signal from my son's escapades, snapping the railing off that one on the side. Camera focus. There we go. Yeah, handrail missing off there. That's currently there, so that needs gluing back on. New addition to the family, just for this layout, Royal Sovereign 87002. Unfortunately, will never run on this layout unless I modify it. We have a derailment issue. it didn't do it. You know, it's done it every single time I've pushed this round here. And then the one time... Ah! Right, well anyway, won't do these two lines. This corner here is too tight, that corner's too tight. That wheel pops off, and if it's pointing the other direction, that wheel pops off. There just isn't a turning radius on it. So I'm going to look at trying to modify it slightly. What it is, there's a couple of springs on the side of it. Yeah. I can't show you here. Yes, I can, because I pressed that. There we go. Right, where are we? See them springs there? And them two little white dots? They're attached to the chassis, to the body, sorry. And every time the wheel set moves, it swings round and catches the bogie. And it's alright on all this lot down here, which is shocking, because there's some really tight bends down there. But this, it just does not like it. It's slightly over radius 2, that. And so's that. And so's that. Slightly over radius 2. But it's enough to cause it to... Yeah, I'm not doing that, I'm coming off. You can feel it get tight when it gets to there. But yeah, so unfortunately I don't think this is ever going to run on this layout unless I can come up with a fix. So yeah, anyway, moving down. So we now have, ignore the ballasting that's all come up here, this will all be repaired. Repaired? This will all be repaired very shortly. I was working on it until I did this update, but I've had enough now. Telly time, I think. So yeah, I now have some new fencing to buy. Smash! As my son would say, smash! Yeah. He's done a lovely job. So all that front section there, from there, all the way down to the gate there, has to be replaced. And then from there all the way up to the wall has to be replaced. I've replaced, luckily I had 3 of these long overhead gantry. There's 2 different sizes, you see, there's short and long, and I had 5 long ones left over. So I was able to replace the 3 that he broke. But we're getting very close to paint. I think the only job that's left now on this is putting bushes in. Well, obviously once I've cleared all the ballasting up and I've done the touch up. There's a little bit of touch up work up where that is up there. Just need to do a little bit of touch up there. You can't see it, but it's not quite deep enough around some of the sleepers. Maybe a little bit round there as well. But there's that section there. And then that big section over there at the end of there, you can see it. But then, yeah, that'll be that done. So then I've got some of these bushes, which are in hiding. Here we go, let's have a look. We've got some foliage clusters in light green. And some clump foliage in medium green. And I'll be getting a few other bits and bats as well. Just to put along the edges of the fencing. And in that big section in the middle there. And then obviously a little bit there. And a little bit along the edges there. I think the next plan straight after that, I'll be doing the scenics on the fuel depot here, fuel yard here. Which currently has 50015 in it. Hi Valiant. How are you doing? Should be that really. See, that's my son. He's parked a train. Bearing in mind, I just want to add, my son is 18 months old. He hasn't got a clue. So he's parked my train there and he's put Eddie's store back there. And I found one of these locals here at a 45-degree angle, leaning on the wall, going straight through that fence, which is why the fence is now no longer there. And then one of these, the other one, was going that way through that fence. And he broke this off. But luckily, that's repairable. Yeah. So the next plan is I'm going to work on this area here anyway. We'll clear it all up. Get rid of all the stuff. And we'll get this all greenery and scenic in. Whilst I'm waiting for funding to buy the electrics to get all these lights working. Platform lights and yard lights will be coming very shortly soon as well, because I'll be getting all the lighting for this lower half of the level. Coat the paint, add the detail, and the canopy. There's a canopy section here, and then a small building section going here, and then some lights and some benches, and obviously usual stuff that you have on a platform signs, things like that. Over here we're going to be having a barrel fire, probably maybe here, and there'll be a small yard light here so that they can see what they're doing, and then this will be like a dumping ground of old bits of sleepers and point work and signalling and bits and bats. Basically it's just a worker's yard, this. So yeah, then we're going to add all the small details. We've got all the point motors, the little point motors that go on the sides. We've got the grids on the track, the detection grids, AWS and all that business. Bing! And some other cabling, to run from, say, running from the junction here around the back of here into the point, stuff that, any bits of wiring that are on show, we'll get them in. And then once all the bushes are done and everything, I'll paint the track and paint the ballast and get it all weathered in. Then I'll probably come back with the static grass and do the static grass over the whole thing in one go. So next job's this yard here. We'll get this all cleared out and get the scenics in on this, and then in the meantime I'll get all this trunking set up down here, because I need to finish this trunking off. Then I can ballast up to there, and then ballast all this lot down here, and then I can get that lot all painted up. So that's the plan. And then obviously the shed needs weathering, lights putting in, lights on the diesel DMU depot at the back, the pipe work that's going to traverse across the down to this yard. So, I mean, we're getting there. It's starting to look business now, to be fair. See, little patches there that just need touching up, that have hoovered out when I've been cleaning the ballast up, areas I've missed. There, you can see it there now. The ballast isn't quite deep enough down the sides of the sleepers and that. There's certain little areas that need touching up. I'll just do it. I'll mix up some glue, and then I'll just work on it section by section and just go through and make sure everything's right. Because I've had Henry out now. Henry's given it a good suck and removed anything that was loose, like that. It's just a case of cleaning up. So, sorry there's not been an update for a while. I know it's been a month, but the front room needs decorating, so my attention's been on that for a while. And my funding, to be fair. And obviously, this little sweetheart appeared. That's cost me a pretty penny and all. But it's right for Deep Glen, isn't it? It's a Scottish unit. I'm just bloody annoyed it won't go around the bends. It just refuses to go around the bend until I put a camera on it, and then it goes, yeah, no problem. No problem, Mark. I'll go around the bend. It's just there, right there. You can feel it go tight. Just there. You can physically see it catching. I'll come up with a solution. I'll make it work. I always do. New additions. I don't know whether... where is it? There. I don't know whether I covered that in the last one. A nice little green 47 sound fitted has arrived as well. I can't remember whether I covered that in the last update or not. And there's various other locos have arrived. There's another one there. What else we got? We've seen all them. We've got 08. Is it an 08 or an 09? 09. And then Revenge. Can we see Revenge? Yeah, Revenge. And do you know, I love this. Cheers, Andy, by the way. I absolutely adore that. I know it's a lemur, but Damn, that looks so good. It's an impressive piece of kit, that. So that will be having the treatment, sound chip, new motor, and off it goes, hopefully. But yeah, well, anyway, I'm back on it. I'm doing little bits here and there when I've not got the kids and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'll just keep posting as and when I can. Other than that, that's the update for now. Just like I said, keep an eye out, because hopefully I'll be getting the controlling systems in for the lights and the signals soon. I have actually got the control board for the ground signals, which is there. That needs fitting, but at the moment I've only got that ground signal and that one. That ground signal there. Right, I'm going to explain this quickly. Coming from here, you've got a yellow, double yellow, green, red and feather on this signal here, and you have the ground signal there. The ground signal means you can go in there and into that little dead end there, right? If the feather's active on this one, that means you're turning right onto that lane. You then have another signal here, which again has a feather. So if it's feathered, you go in that way. If it doesn't, you're straight on. Now, I would have rather have done this with, I can't remember what the code at the moment, but you know the box with the platform numbers on. That would have been so much easier. But nobody makes one that does all the options I need, so I had to do it this way. So obviously, come into here, and then you've got your 3 start signals there. Now, I was going to originally put a signal coming here for coming in this way, but technically speaking, distance to the point, the signal would be probably all the way back here somewhere. So I just didn't bother. Right, so coming out this way. So you've got your stop go on that one, dead easy, off you go. So you've got this one is a yellow, red, and feather. So if it's yellow without the feather, you're off into the TMD. Here we go. If it's yellow with the feather, you set off here and stop there, and that's a stop go. And that just stops you from interfering with this section of line here in case something's coming in. And there'll never be a green on it. You'll never get clean access green out, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's just yellow and red. It's yellow and red, you'll never get a green on it. So there you go. And then obviously you've got your stop go there. The one that Kyan decided he was going to break. It now needs gluing back together. So yeah, signals explained. I know it's a long and complicated way of doing it, and it's a bit daft, but at the end of the day, with what's available to me, I don't see any other option. So right now, let's just get the bushes in, get the fencing fixed, and crack on. And if I need to change it in the future, I need to change it. But right now, I think that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, getting there, aren't we? Right, I shall see you all next time. Take care.